Welcome to Edu TV Nigeria News. On education news, Uniben seek increase in quota at law school as class of 1985 visits alma mater. NUT chapter urges Kaduna government to reverse teachers' sack. Federal government urged to make education funding a priority. Federal government declares its problem with Asuu. Now to the news in detail. Dean Faculty of Law, University of Benin, Professor Violet Aigbokevo, advocated for an increase in the number of law students admitted into the Nigerian law school from the institution. Aigbokevo made the law class of 1985 on a tour of facilities during a courtesy call on the faculty as part of the reunion activities in Benin. The dean said that the faculty now has facilities enough to increase the number from the current quota of 180 students. With the over 200 law graduates in 2021, she said about 50 students could not make it to law school due to the quota system. The dean urged the Council of Legal Education of Nigeria to hasten its accreditation visit to the faculty towards increasing the quota. Professor Violet Aigbokevo also commended the alumni of the faculty for sponsoring 20 indigent students to Nigerian law school. She said the individual and collective support from old students were giving hope to many students who would ordinarily have stopped off their studies, noting that many amenities in the faculty were provided by old students. I have to say this, that our old students have been a beacon of hope for indigent students. Initially, some of us in the faculty pulled something together from our salaries to help these brilliant students, but who did not have means to go to law school. But our old students have also joined in this gesture. About 20 are currently being sponsored by various alumni, she said. The dean, however, urged the visiting set to help with a 32-seater bus for the faculty to assist in the engagement outside the school. In his address, Dr. Roland Otaro, chairman of the 1985 set, promised the faculty something good from the set. Otaro said the gesture would be different from other personal assistance that member of the class would offer. He expressed the delight of the class member over the facilities on ground at the faculty. The Senior Advocate of Nigeria, SAN, announced scholarship for 2 law students and a 300,000 naira annual prize for overall male best student from the faculty. 250,000 naira prize each was also announced yearly for the best graduating student in property law as well as best female graduating student by some members of the sect. Alhaji Babangida Saidu, Vice Chairman, Nigerian Union of Teachers (NUT) Sokoto State Chapter, has urged the Kaduna State government to reverse its decision on retrenchment of teachers. Saidu made that call on behalf of NUT Northwest State Executive Member at the end of their zonal workshop on career path policy and the 2020 presidential approval on Saturday in Sokoto. Saidu said the executives were not happy with the development, stressing that regulating teachers' performance was the absolute mandate of regulatory agencies established by the federal government. According to him, the agency in charge of such function is the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, TRCN, noting that it is the only regulatory body that can set competency tests for teachers. He explained that the governor, Nasir El-Rufai, administration's attitude was capable of destroying the education sector because qualified teachers were being alleged, witch hunted and retrenched without recourse to law. According to him, the test must reflect 3 domains to be reliable and valid. How valid or reliable is the Kaduna State Universal Basic Education Board superb test? Saidu added that the NUT officials were in contact with the ways to handle the situation, noting that democracy allowed persons to express their view on actions, especially as it concerned executives and people's interest. A professor of economics, Perekuna Bright Erega, has advised the federal government to invest adequately in education and make funding of the sector a priority. Erega, a senior lecturer at Pan Athletic University, PAU, Ekpe made the call in a paper delivered at the 10th anniversary of Inspiring Nigerian Vanguard of Exceptional Noble Talent, Invent in Lagos. He pointed out that without education, the country goes nowhere. He said a country cannot grow beyond its human resources, and if there is anywhere found should be allocated the more, it should be in education. Erega said more priority should be given to public education with a specific focus on youth, noting that if government sufficiently fund the sector, every youth will be in school and society will be much better for it. Skills demand has changed. It is not about being medical doctors or working in oil companies. The world has moved from that to data science. Data science are the next crude oil of the world. We are talking about machine learning and artificial intelligence. Some of the data science companies are doing very well, while most of the oil companies are struggling and closing down. It tells Nigerians that the world has changed, and in Nigeria currently, we have youth unemployment that is more than 50%. Generally, unemployment in Nigeria is about 33.5%. Therefore, people need to shift their focus to skills that are in high demand than the general thing we used to do before. I am very happy some youth are tapping into data science opportunities just with their laptops. I mean those who are not in internet fraud. Companies in developed countries like the United States and the United Kingdom are employing them. Some youths don't have university degree but acquired the right skills, and with it, they are making good dollars in less than 2 to 3 hours job. We needed to equip the next generation to know that leadership rests on their shoulders. So, we are not building career leaders, but we believe every vacuum of the society is a career and we need to fill it. The only people that can step up the game are our youth, and that is why we are doing this. We can build homegrown individuals across sectors that would help fix manpower requirements in Nigeria, he said. Olupono noted that in the past year, over 5,000 students had participated in the Leadership Summit, while about 1,500 students have been trained on mentorship. The summit, which started in 2012, was attended by secondary school students from Lagos State. The project is a mentorship program which focuses on knowledge transfer and knowledge sharing. The project is a two-phase sharing. The project is a two-phase initiative. The federal government gave insight into why no union in the nation university system education was invited to last Thursday meeting held to assess the progress made so far on addressing the few outstanding demands of the striking university workers, such as continuous payment platform and the renegotiation of their conditions of service. In a statement by Ed, Press and Public Relations, Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment, Olajide Oshundun, the government lamented the combative and several unfounded allegations by the Academic Staff Union of University, Asuu, against it, particularly the Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige. All insinuations that the Ministry of Labour does not sympathize with the students, union and parents, of which the minister is one, should be disabused. Asuu should know that we are arbitrators and conciliators. We cannot manufacture agreements. Regardless, we are not constrained from listening to the government side and pushing them to do their own bit as quickly as possible. The faulted Asuu president, Professor Emmanuel Sodeke, commented during an interview on Channel Television that his union did not receive any invitation from the federal government to attend the meeting held last Thursday at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. The statement read, "We will start by making some clarification on the government side meeting held last Thursday, June 23, 2022, guide towards accelerating the resolution of the multiple strike of the Academic Staff Union University, Asuu, and the other university-based unions, including the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian University, SANU, Non-Academic Staff Union of University, NASU, and National Association of Academic Technologists, NAT. The meeting was meant for the Interministerial Departments and Agencies Committee of the federal government, including the Federal Ministry of Education, Federal Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Budget Office of the Federation, National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission, NSIWC, the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy and National Information Technology Development Agency (NITDA). The committees are reporting to the Office of the Chief of Staff, to the President, and the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment. The meeting in question was called to assess the progress made so far on addressing the few outstanding demands of the striking university workers, such as the continuous payment platform and the renegotiation of their conditions of service. These two committees were empaneled by the Minister and the Chief of Staff to the President at the last tripartite plus meeting of the union and the government side. On several occasions received commendation from Asuu leadership for his role in the resolution of the passes in the education sector. Acting with the Chief of Staff to the President, he empaneled the two committees to work assiduously and according to the law towards the resolution of the teething issue of payment platform and renegotiation of the condition of service. The claims made here are variable, being out there in public domain. Nonetheless, the ministry will not allow itself to be bullied by any union into forcing any payment platform on government, which took a decision to adopt the IPPIS in 2017. That is all on education news. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.